everyone, and welcome to Lessons Learned. I'm Sherry. This is your Wednesday video, and this week we are going to be showcasing all of your beautiful quilts, quilt tops from the Scrappy Celebration sew along that we just got finished up. So I have gathered together all the emails, all of the Facebook posts that I could find of your finished quilt tops. Now, a lot of you are still working on your project, but I want to give some shout outs to some of you who have been working very hard on your blocks. Maybe you're a little bit behind, maybe you're on schedule according to your timetable. You just need a little more time, so I didn't want to forget you. So I have Tamala, Catherine, Karen, and Carol that are still working on theirs, and all of you and anyone else who maybe you're not on the Facebook group, maybe you don't send in photos on Friday, things like that. I don't hear from you as directly as I do from a lot of you. It's possible that you know, you are working on the project, but I don't know about it. I hope you are, and I'm very pleased with the number of people who have jumped in on this sew along. I will be putting in the description box an entire playlist of videos for this sew along in case you want to start it now. Let's say you were on the fence or you had an emergency, or you were out of town for a while and you thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to get in on this sew along. You can still do the sew along. You'll just be sewing along with yourself. Grab a friend and have them also get in on it with you. So this is my quilt. I have already showed you my quilt top on a Finish It Friday episode. So this is not about me. It's about you. So let's get into the emails that I have received of finished Scrappy Celebration quilt tops, and I'm going to go all the way back to this would be, hold on, let me get this in order. I don't want to have an editing nightmare, so let me go ahead and get this in order. The first one that I have, now I received some photos in the email before this, but some things got out of order. So these are in no particular order. So the first one I'm going to show you is Suzanne, and she has a lovely area here on her deck that was perfect to photograph her Scrappy Celebration quilt. And she says that she quilted and bound it, and she's about to label it, and it's going to a lady facing serious health problems. The back is a rose-colored cuddle. I enjoyed the project, and I'm looking forward to the next sew along. So Suzanne is one of you that I met at Paducah this past year. So I'm glad to hear from you, Suzanne, and that you did the sew along, and now you've sent your gorgeous photo over to us. And I love how you've ran the red, mostly the red. Maybe there's some dark pinks in there, but you can really see the chain in yours, and I really appreciated that about your design that you did with your Scrappy Celebration. It looks fantastic. I love it. The next one I have is from Anne, and she sent this a few weeks ago, and it's a finished top, and you see it there draped over her deck railing. Very pretty, and I like how you staged it as well. And she calls it her Scraptacular quilt, and it's still in the unquilted stage, and she's thinking about adding a row to it to make it fit a bed a little bit better. So yeah, that's a great idea. I love your bright colors. You picked some bright colors to put in there. Turned out great. The next one is from Debbie F. And I say F as in Frank because we have two Debbies today. But this is her sew along top. She said it was fun to do. She loved how it turned out and says thank you for getting us going on it. And then she said the green flower print down here in the other picture is going to be what the backing is. I think that's just perfect for this. And I love your background that you used with all the little confetti looking splatters of color on there. Very pretty, and your dark pinks are very pretty too. I love those. And then I have Gina. She sent a couple of pictures of hers, and we see that something different that she did was use some aqua instead of the regular blue. She does have some blue in there, but I see quite a bit of tealish aqua colors there, which makes it very pretty. Very nice. And then Dolores sent her Scrappy Celebration. She's thinking about putting borders on hers, but she happens to have a lot of peach and a brighter green in hers, and she used a lot of you know, the light prints that we used for the background. She had quite a bit of variety in those, so her quilt is very, very cheery. And I think that peach really adds a lot to it. I believe Dolores really likes Fig Tree and Company and other designers on that level. So pulling from all of her scraps from particular designers created a very cohesive quilt, I think. The next one is from, let's see, got some things mixed in here for Friday, but I don't want to talk about those just yet. This is Linda M, because I have two Lindas. There we go. She has her top finished. Looks great. All the bright colors. And then here's Kathy, and she has a little story with hers. Says, this is my sampler quilt made from scraps from my stash. I thoroughly enjoyed making this along with you. This is the first time submitting a quilt, but I've been watching your videos for a couple years now and enjoy them. Keep doing what you are doing. Thank you very much, Kathy from North Dakota. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos, and I haven't been on YouTube much more than a couple of years, so you go way back with me. Your quilt turned out awesome, and I like your the fact that you put on your label the name of the quilt, the designer of the quilt pattern, and then your name, and then the summer 2024 is the time frame of when you got it done. So that's a good example. All of us should do that. And then the next one I have is, let's see, that was Kathy. The next one is Susan, and Susan sent me several pictures, and we finally got a good one, so I'm going to put the good one up there. She says, here's my quilt top, which I just finished sewing together a few minutes ago. Now, she sent this email yesterday. That would have been September 30th. And not sure which photo is better. I was traveling a lot, so this was pieced in Virginia, North Carolina, and Maryland. I can't wait to see all of the others. Thanks for a fun quilt along. So here you are, Susan, right in here with all the rest of you that did the sew along, and your quilt turned out awesome. I think it's neat that it's been in all those states being put together. That's a neat story. You should put that on your label too. Let's see, Susan, and then the next one I have is Debbie S, I'll say, because I had two Debbies. This is my finished Scrappy Celebration quilt. I did a 3-inch border. I did meandering with little loops and added a plain orange binding. I very much enjoyed finishing this quilt. I started it when the magazine first came out, and then put it aside when I got busy with orders. So glad you picked this for the sew along. That was a happy accident, wasn't it, Debbie? You already had a little bit of a head start for having done this sew along back when it first came out in April of 2023. Very good. Turned out great. And you've got a complete finish there. It's awesome. The next one I have is Lynn, and she did a few changes to hers too. She says, as you can see, I added a couple borders to the top I also didn't use any orange or yellow because they're not my favorites. I used peach and aqua instead. When I started putting the rows together, I realized I didn't make block J. I made 2 of the J blocks when I needed them until I got to the last row. I had an extra block H, so I used it instead. Looking forward to the next sew along. So yeah, work with what you've got, right? So that's great. If you didn't like a certain color, you could definitely substitute it. So she didn't use the yellows and the oranges, so she put in peach and aqua. And it gave a whole different look to it, but you can definitely see the pattern there. Awesome. Didn't make a bit of difference that you swapped those blocks around either. Okay, the next one I have is by Deborah, and this is, I want to say Deborah C. Her Jelly Roll Scrappy quilt here. She sent me a couple, so I'm trying to determine between the two here. It just came in, so I wanted to go ahead and include it. Here it is. Oh my goodness, she has finished hers completely, and it has a blue border around it. She put a little of the light border around, like a couple inches, 3 inches maybe, and then a bigger blue border. Isn't that striking? I love that. Yeah, maybe I should put a border on mine. I have to think about this now. That's awesome. It looks really, really good. The quilting on there is awesome. Those big windy swirls, whirlwind look of pattern on there. Can you see that? Wow, that looks great. I love it. And then I have another one from Linda I, and here's her picture. She didn't have any thing to say about hers other than she got it finished. And yeah, she did. She got it finished. And it looks great. I really enjoyed this, you guys. I hope you did too. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Now, if I did miss you, let me, oh, I know, I do have one more. Hold on just a second. Let me get that for you. I have another one. Let me see if I can find it. This is Danae. And I almost forgot her because I had hers from a long time ago. She was one of those that got hers done right off the bat. Here it is. This is Danae's. And you can see that she's used all the bright colors. And I like your cheddar. You have one block that's of your yellows is like a cheddar color. That adds a little bit. And let's see. Looks like it went together great, Danae. I love it. So congratulations to all of you for getting your quilts completed, at least to the quilt top stage. I think that's just awesome how many of you did this. So that was actually 15 or so of you that participated in the sew along. I'm so thrilled about that. I can't wait to get into our next one. I'll be giving some details about that probably next Wednesday. That will be the introduction video for our next sew along, so get ready for that. And as I was saying earlier, if I missed you somehow, or your email just got in a little too late, go ahead and send it, and I will show it on the next Finish It Friday video. So if you send it in the next few days, it'll get in this week or in the following weeks. Some of you, the names that I mentioned that are still working on your tops, on your blocks, and you just need to get them together, then go on and send those in. I definitely want to see them. So this was a hugely successful sew along. Very happy with it. And we'll continue to do these here on Lessons Learned. So enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you back here on Finish It Friday for yet more finishes. Not of Scrappy Celebration necessarily, but of some other projects you've been working on. And you'll be surprised to see what all I've gotten done as well. So tune back in this Friday. All right, have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.